Hello and welcome to another episode of the Evolve Point Shadowverse Podcast. I'm your host Ignideus. With me as always is my co-host Such Patanko and Lord Kalen. Such Patanko, hello. How you doing?
Happy New Year!
That's right.
I just got my New Year's toast, and that has shifted my mood for the day. So
nice.
I'm feeling very happy and New Year at this moment.
You mean the day that just started because it's 1 a.m. in Hawaii right now?
It is 1 a.m. over in Hawaii mentioned, and I'm in high spirits.
That's right. That's streamer Such Patanko. Of course, we also have subreddit mod for Shadowverse, Lord Kalen. Hello.
Hello. I couldn't be in a more opposite mood right now. I've had an absolutely brilliant year so far.
That's tough. That's tough. And of course, we are here to say, at first, before we jump into it, Happy New Year, everybody. Hope 2026 is a good one. All right. Shall we just get right into it? The first bit of news is, of course, Blossoming Fate, the new set is out, and we have here a ton of news articles for it. Of course, there's the crystal top-up bonuses that have been a thing. So you get special supplies and items by purchasing crystals. This really sucks still because they only have the distinction between paid and unpaid crystals for this, and from what I can tell, no other purpose. But this time around, the cosmetics are Wolfrod, Skybound, Hangman, Evolved Emblem, and Sleeves. Are you going to buy crystals for this? I mean, you kind of have to for the stuff that they've been releasing this set.
Well, you already know I bought, but we'll get there in a bit.
That's right.
I didn't buy any crystals this set. I don't think I care for the top-up bonus or the other bonus that we'll get to later.
Yeah, true. Honestly, I don't want to put the cart in front of the horse, but I've been seeing a lot of negative sentiment around the new launch.
Yeah,
and
the chat, there's going to be a lot of old men shouting at Cloud about funny economy stuff, as per usual.
I've already said my piece. I don't usually like to just like reiterate over and over and over again, but yeah, I think the monetization is super egregious for the cosmetics.
There is some aspects of it that are even worse than we imagined, but we'll get to that.
We'll get to it. But yeah, I think it's still ridiculous that they separated unpaid and paid crystals, which is literally an arbitrary distinction just so that you have to buy more for the top-up. It's like, it doesn't make any sense to me. I think it's stupid, but whatever. Do we feel the same way on that, or am I off base?
Most gacha games, as the gacha game sympathizer, as you are aware, I'm the gacha game sympathizer. Most gacha games have a paid, unpaid distinction, and it doesn't do anything. There is no distinction. Most games don't do anything about that distinction. Worlds Beyond being one of those games that actually cares about the specifically paid gems is crazy.
Yeah, it is what it is, I guess.
My issue with it is the high limit of it is at 20,000 and not something more reasonable like 5,000.
Oh, but there is something to spend 20,000 crystals on in this set specifically.
I will say at least the cosmetics are only at 5k, so if you don't care about this BS and you just want the sleeve, that's a thing. But I think it's still crazy that, like, especially, like, I understand if it's unpaid for the crystals you earn through Battle Pass or whatever, but the fact that you buy a bundle on the web store and just like arbitrarily says, 1,000 of these are unpaid, by the way. Why? This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's not just the web store.
What do you mean it's unpaid? I gave you money.
Yeah, I literally paid for it.
Via every platform, they have the same amount of crystals at base and then a different amount of unpaid crystals. The system would be a lot better if only the web store had unpaid crystals. I think it might be some kind of distinction based on a law somewhere in some obscure country this game is available in. I can't really say to that.
Whatever.
It's a silly system.
All right.
It doesn't need to exist.
We're off to a good start here. Complaining frame one. There's even more.
Here's something.
There's even more on the way. Let's go.
I don't want to harp on it. I already made a YouTube short about it. I already made a video about it. Okay, but it's just the thing where I think people always say cosmetics. It's whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just cosmetics. But if it didn't matter, they wouldn't charge you for it. That's all I gotta say. Next up, we got Battle Pass Season 7.
Ignideus, you were the one that was saying cosmetics is just cosmetics for a while.
It's a matter of degree to me, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
If it's like, and it just gets worse. Where here we go. Where if it's like you know, if it's a liter you buy in the shop, whatever. That's whatever to me. But then they did the 6 dragons leader, which was random, and that was like, okay.
Yep.
And now it's this. Yep. You know what I mean? Yep. So the degree, I feel like the degree does matter. Of course, the degree matters. You know,
it's it's a kind of thing where they just find new and innovative ways to keep making things worse and worse with every expansion.
I'll explain it later when we get to it, but there is realistically only one way the monetization gets worse. And we'll get to that later.
Okay. Well,
I do know how, but there's only one way.
Should I be concerned about this? Well, here's something that's actually worth the money. It's the Battle Pass. As always, the Battle Pass is the only thing that I think that if you are going to spend money, you should spend money on. This time around, it's the new leader that shows up in the Gallon story mode. It's the guy that is the villain of the Gallon story mode, or one of the guys, Eudie, as well as the waifu-ized version of Woodsong Haiku Master, if you're a spell boost guy. But just in general, as always, in the Battle Pass, you get tons of resources and stuff that, and you also get crystals back. So you spend, what, 700, right? And then you get 300 back.
750, get 300 back.
Yeah. So it's pretty good regardless. So if you are going to spend money on literally anything, it's always just the Battle Pass that's worth it.
This is the only thing I endorse.
Do you guys care about Eudie? Have you played the Gallon story yet?
Even if the Mr. Man does not appeal to you specifically, listener, it's still the only thing actually worth money. It's the only thing that's a fair thing to spend dollars on, since you are still going to get a good value of packs and resources from Battle Pass, even if you don't like the leader.
That's true. And the Woodsong Haiku Master looks good too.
Like, the second most valuable way to spend crystals is actually just buying the daily pack deal.
Yeah.
And a battle pass is worth like double that.
Yeah.
Maybe triple the daily pack deal.
I agree.
As for Eudie himself, me and Tanko were reacting to you doing the live stream for the expansion.
Oh, yeah.
And when it played all the information about Galan's story, and we saw the 3 main villains of that, I remember specifically thinking, I really hope Eileen's the one that's the Battle Pass leader, because he's easily got the best of the 3.
Out of the 3, he's the most drippy for sure. Yeah.
The other ones are very K-pop.
Wow.
And they're pretty much all lads, you know.
It's bait. They're all bait for women to catch and hook them, and
you know what? That's fine. That's totally fine. That's totally fine.
Every waifu character is bait for us, so it's whatever.
The only thing that's slightly annoying about Mr. Man is that it's another Abyss Battle Pass.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why is there so many of them? We got Neo. We got this guy. Who's the other one? We got
I can understand them not doing a Portal Battle Pass right now, because Eudie just got mentioned. Yeah, sure, whatever. But also, there's like no Haven leader.
I was just gonna say, where's all the Havens, bro?
Yeah, Haven needs a male leader and a Battle Pass leader, and if it's both, fine. But Haven's really on the back foot right now.
They're on. I mean, I guess this just goes to show they don't really take that into consideration at all when deciding who's going to be in the Battle Pass.
It might have been a coincidence, but for the first leader set in Shadowverse Classic, there was 7 leaders, and then the day 1 tie-in event was with Rage of Bahamut, and that had another 7 leaders, all with opposite genders. Then for the next 2 sets, so the next 14 leaders, it was also a 50-50 gender split. So the first 4 sets of leaders were 50-50 gender split, and across all crafts perfectly balanced. It took a while before they actually kind of really got unbalanced. Battle Passes definitely helped that. Worlds Beyond, they don't care about consistency. It's just throwing whatever leaders at the wall they feel like.
Well, I guess it's also just because they want to tie into the Gallon story. But then I'm like, still, you should strive for a little bit of more balance, right?
You got 3 different lads. Surely one of them could have been any other class except Abyss. Oh, but Abyss have to have double the amount of leaders because it's 2 classes. They will never let you forget that it's 2 classes, actually.
True and real. All right. Next up, we got the End Collab deck giveaway. I really think it's misleading that they keep phrasing this collab, like the deck giveaway, in different ways. Remember the previous one in like Airs where they were like, this is the anniversary collab or deck giveaway, and it's a deck giveaway once for each set. Why are you naming it some weird thing that it's clearly not?
I think they do it just because it's slightly more appealing for marketing reasons.
Maybe it must be without, like, it's appealing for marketing without them having to actually give anything additional.
No.
What they're already doing.
Funny? Yeah. You know what's going to be funny? There's going to be a set where they just don't give us anything. decks.
Oh no!
Because they have nothing to call it. They have no excuse to do so.
That. I will say though, I think it is disappointing that it's only 4 again and not all 7. I wish they would just do all 7 for each time, but.
There's no reason not to. There's really no reason not to. It's not even a flavor reason why they only do 4.
To be clear, that is a nitpick because the fact that they give away a full deck every set is still nice, in general, but like it should be all 7, right? Like, come on.
Yeah. These decks are building blocks on crafts for people that try to one trick, maybe 2 or 3. And I will say, if you are heavily invested in a craft already, maybe you don't want to take, say, the Rune deck because it comes with a Whamdus and you've probably already got 3. But having all 7 available is just so much more convenient, and it's really no effort for Cygames to make these decks, right?
It's really nothing.
It's only a couple.
It even literally says here after the collab is over, they're changing the name of the deck giveaway. What? So
That's
doesn't even
crazy.
Matter.
What's even the point?
That's crazy.
Anyway, out of the 4, you can take a look at the list here. Out of the 4, I think out of box, the cheapest to build on top of is the Abyss one. And I even made a deck video showcasing a pretty free-to-play friendly deck that uses like tons of cards that you get for free from this. The Aragavi, the Excella, the Rage of Serpents, the Cultivator, the Lilith, the World of Games, the Tyrannical Fist, the Fickle Necromancer, the Ghastly Soiree. All of them are used in the deck I showcased, where I was able to maintain Master Diamond with it for a while, which is nice. Obviously, aggro decks do fall off a little bit, but it's so cheap, and the only other investment besides Aragavi in that deck that I showcased was Odin, which you need it for every other deck anyway. So I think genuinely this one's probably the best one for new players. What do you guys think?
Don't expect the Rune or the Forest to be good for new players. That's for sure.
But the Dragon deck, they call it 1-star difficulty. Therefore, it's the easiest for new players.
1-star difficulty doesn't mean 1-star cost, though, man.
It's 1-star difficulty because Dragoncraft has no complexity in our card design.
I also think that
one you need to put thought into.
It's a huge skamaz that they give Zoe, which is by far the worst legendary out of all the Dragon legendaries. Even the 2 world champion players or world Grand Prix players did not even play a single copy of Zoe in their lineup because it's just bad. So
but
instead,
Zoe's hot, so it's fine.
But yeah, Dragon is too expensive to build off of if you're new, I think. Forest also requires, surprisingly, it is quite an expensive deck now because a lot of their big core pieces are legendaries. You get 1 Miroku, 1 Arya here, but you still
It's also just straight up the hardest deck for a new player to play by far.
Yes, but and you also need Titania, and you need the new Wolf Rod as well in the current build of Tempo, so that's also pretty expensive. And then meanwhile, Runecraft, you get the Ara, you get the Whamdus, but Whamdus is bad, and you need the Anangreas, you need
Whamdus is bad.
You need
you want to say that in front of my face, Igni?
So
don't talk about my Whamdus like that, bro.
It's I think it is Abyss that's the best, and you can check out the build I made on my YouTube for new players there if you're new. All right. But in general, what do you guys think? I think, like Caitlin said, just pick the one where you get the most vials, basically. If you're an entrenched player, and if you're new, pick the Abyss one, probably. So
I can't take either the Abyss Craft or the Runecraft deck yet because I have 0 copies of both those legendaries.
Epic, bro.
So both of them are equally not valuable. So I gotta wait till later in the expansion.
All right.
I took the Rune deck because Whamdus. No, actually, I was trying to play Spell Boost with Linkle, and it hasn't. It's there. It exists.
Yep. Next up, of course, with a new launch of a new set, there's new exchange tickets, new fully animated. I think it's a pretty good lineup here. Unkei, Imari, both strong and both cute. And Imari means that Tonko is going to waste another $5 quadrillion that he doesn't have.
I legit had a dream last night or the other night where I pulled Unkei and not Imari.
You had a dream?
Dude, I've had that kind of thing happen before. It's more common than you'd think.
It's pretty funny. It's like the Tetris effect, right? Like where you just see it in your mind's eye even when you're not playing it anymore.
I feel bad for Petty on the Amari ticket as well because the home screen looks amazing as well.
And because my target is Imari, I can't afford to buy on the Frieren banner.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit when we get into the collab part. Yeah, and then we also see that the full art for Dragon is Yubei. Looks great. The only criticism I've seen of this lineup is that, once again, it's a freaking duo card for Abyss that has nothing to do with Abyss's mechanics. Like, freaking Genyuzu. Are we just going to keep doing this every time, man?
Hey, you guys remember Shadowcraft? You guys remember Bloodcraft? These were 2 separate classes. Never forget there used to be 2 separate classes.
Oh, man. It's so
I feel
weird.
so bad for Shadow and Blood mains.
I mean, I do think the card is pretty, and I do think both these characters are beautiful, but it's like, does it always have to be this way?
Hey, Shadow mains are actually eating good because it's the only good part about Abyss. It's the Blood mains. There's no flavor of losing whatsoever on Mateo and losing. There's nothing about the card that's related to losing at all.
I always loved their designs as well, but they're so sourceless in Worlds Beyond. Their card effects
Dude, it's literally just Evolve Ghost slop in Worlds Beyond. Where's any of the, interesting deck building?
Milteo had that crazy enhance 9 nuke the board, set your opponent to 6.
Losing was a pretty bad card in Classic. Yeah, sure, I get it, but losing was also a bad card in Evolve, but he's good in Glory Finder. He's pretty fun in Glory Finder.
No, but he's sick in Classic. Remember when you could cheat him out and then with like with the amulet that like just pulls a guy? Yeah. But now
they could have done something like have some form needed protection while Mateo losing is out on the field to represent losing himself. That would have been really strong, and also it would have been like losing. But there's no sign of losing at all because Bloodcraft fake.
At the risk of just
never existed.
At the risk of just sounding like old men yell at Cloud for not being Shadowverse Classic, I will say it's a little disappointing to see these iconic characters like reimagined as generic tooling when they were so flavorful in the original. And I might hear you say, "Oh, the set was only set 5," but set 5 in Classic was Wonderland Dreams, so we got that. And also, even let me just finish my thought. Even with the early game argument, in that case, why are we taking these super flavorful sets like Omens, like Fortune's Hand, and introducing them so early? Like, we could have saved them for later when they could have been more impactful, more flavorful, and we're still missing core cards like that are core to the Cygames universe of games, like the Rivenbrand universe, like Vania, like Vite, like all of these characters like Bahamut, and instead we're taking these super thematic sets and then just turning them sauceless, and it's a little disappointing. Okay, Tanko, you go.
Yeah, like I can understand them doing generic slop card design because it's so early in the game's lifespan. They don't want to do too much super complicated favorite card design yet this early. But yeah, just like you said, if you're not gonna do flavor, then just don't do Milteo losing. If you're not gonna have any of the flavor, any of the sauce that made them iconic, like just don't even do it.
Yeah,
I can't wait for the duo card with Jormungand and Mail of Obliteration.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that's going to change the game, baby. All right. Alongside all of that, of course, the new set also comes with new set release missions. As usual, you just clear 3 missions or 3 days worth of missions over, the course of the thing. And it's really super easy too. Like, play 1 match, play 24 holes, whatever. And at the end, you get 10 packs, which is nice because it also supplements the login giveaway that's from the collab, which we'll cover in a second. There's nothing bad to say about this. It's just normal and fine. So there you go.
Yeah.
Next up.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know if you heard me, but I almost choked at Caden's Mail of Obliteration combo because I'm on a lot of flavor right now.
Yeah, all right.
For New Year's.
Next up, we got...
My only criticism of the release missions is they hide the tab below like 4 or 5 buttons. It's hard to find these.
I think, listen, the UI, even though it's a little shinier, is basically the same as Classic. They didn't really make it any better.
It's still clunky, yeah.
All right, next up, we got the new card set giveaway. This is on X/Twitter or whatever you want to call it. The Everything app, bro. It's where I do my banking. Until January 5th, you can get 10 card packs if you just follow the English account and repost the post. So there you go. So that's fun.
You've been posting a lot of giveaway tweets. Like, there's a lot of different giveaways for a bunch of playsets of legendaries, right?
We'll talk about that specifically. We'll talk about that in the collab part, which is... Oh, what the heck? I just opened a PayPal link by accident. What the frick?
You should really not have done that.
I mean, the good news is that it's not in the recording, so it's fine.
Okay.
Do you know why? It's because I have this plugin on OBS that is like multi-output, so I can stream to both Twitch and YouTube. And then at the bottom of that plugin, it says, if you want to donate to the creator of this plugin, click here. And I just clicked it for the first time in my life. It almost ruined the recording. Okay, anyway, what I was going to say is, there's a Frieren Collab, of course. It's the big thingy of the set, of the beginning of the set at least, for this first month. And there's a lot going on in it. First up, there's the Collab Dungeon. Collab Dungeon, genuinely a really great feature. It's very similar to, or rather maybe a natural evolution on the quest mode from Shadowverse Classic, and I like that they seem to be doing it every set. It's just really, really good stuff. You just play interesting PvE battles. For free, you can get these grimoires for free, and then you can buy it in the dungeon shop. A ton of stuff like a card style for 2 different cards, emblems, sleeves, and then also outside of cosmetics, you even get resources that actually help you out, like tickets, vials, and rupees. Honestly, no complaints. I think this battle dungeon is really great. Have you guys played the extreme difficulty ones yet?
There was a very flavorful final boss.
I was just gonna say,
very amusing.
The Frieren versus Aura Extra Hard is super, super cool. If you guys haven't experienced it yet, please do play it. I think the battle dungeon is probably one of the best things they've done in terms of Worlds Beyond's lifespan, and I hope that they just keep doing it every single set. All right. Any comments, Caitlin?
I really love the battle dungeons. I think they've done an excellent job with them. And I'm going to say this might be out of line, but I think they should add the previous battle dungeons back into the game in like half a year or two, even if they cost some crystals to get into.
Oh,
okay. I don't know about that, but they should absolutely archive them. Yes, because some of the mechanics are really interesting.
They're amazing content for new players.
They are
to learn the game, and if there were like 5 of them available for a new player to get into, meaning they can delay when they go into ranked and actually play PvE content, the story mode, and get a footing for the game before going into ranked, they'll have a way easier time climbing.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
That's what I did in Shadowverse Classic. Did all the story first.
It's very similar to Guild Wars 2, where they have this thing called Living Story, and if you play the game actively, you'll have it forever. But if you weren't there, you get to get it from the archives for a price, and then you can play it. That's kind of similar to what you're pitching here. Like, if you were in the game and you experienced it while you were there, you don't have to get it. But if you just started, there's this backlog of content that you can dive into as a PvE. I will say,
obviously, with the caveat, we're not getting this battle dungeon back.
This one we're not getting back, because it's a licensing issue. but I don't disagree. I think it's a good idea.
By the way, I haven't done this dungeon yet because I've been waiting to stream it, but also just in general, do not procrastinate on this specific dungeon because this one is not lasting as long as the others. It's only going to be 1 month for the collab.
It's only 1 month.
So make an effort to do this one on a daily basis.
I feel like that's mostly
because I'm lazy. But
that's mostly a reminder for you yourself, Tonko, because you did not complete the last one either.
It's not expensive as the 6 Dragons battle dungeon.
Yeah.
But
and also, we know that there's not
battle dungeon also had 6 normal bosses and then 8 super bosses. This has the new puzzle feature within the battle dungeon, which is a little, what's the term for it?
Like lethal puzzles.
Supplicant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an extra bit on top
Supplement.
to help you get grimoires.
Yeah.
Supplement.
I will also say, it's only a month long, so do it every day. There's a daily mission every day where you just beat up Stark once a day. It's totally doable. And the puzzle feature is really cool too. Some of the puzzles are they're all easy except for 2 of them. The last 2 are actually pretty interesting and fun to pull off, so definitely check that out as well. No complaints. Finally, something good to say. There you go. Next up, there is the Frieren Beyond Journey's End Park event. Within the park, there's a statue of Himmel the hero, and if you play park missions, you can get a bunch of stuff, collab stickers, park keys, packs, etc. I will say we are not progressing very quickly on this.
The numbers are not okay.
Yeah, we're kind of cooked.
At launch, right? At launch, we had a similar mission at launch, right? Where it was I think it was just 100, 1 million, right?
Yeah,
to get the full rewards, but they expect us to do 5 million.
I know, right?
I think it was 7 million.
I'm actually gonna walk around in the park real quick, and I'll show you the park mission itself. There's the statue of Himmel right here.
Right?
Yeah.
at launch, we did that mission very fast because obviously launch was huge and people didn't realize that the game's bad and stinky. So there's a lot more people playing back then. But now, 5 million or is it 7 million for this? It's
This
kind
one's
of a
5.
lot. It's kind of a
We're
lot.
at time of recording, we are 4 days in, about 3.5, and have less than 1 out of the 5 million. So we're gonna end only at like 3 out of 5 million
at the current pace. Yeah, that's.
I was talking to my chat and I was like, is it because normally it's like, oh, you play in park for the points to register, but what if they don't count that? What if it's only the points counted on tables?
I'd say it's counting everyone that plays within park. I
would hope so.
It has been done a bit silly. Like playing ranked from within park is a bit more obfuscated than like just sitting at a table. Maybe if they had booths where you could just walk up to the booth and start playing ranked, like they have with the card back opening or the battle tables, it would be a bit easier for people to realize you can just play ranked from in here.
Yeah, there is.
Is that what
it's
this
a
thing
kiosk?
Is?
Yeah.
Yes. You
so
can just open
I'm currently
packs
walking around. I'm currently walking around the park, so you can see here. There's the Himmel statue over here. Stark, Fern, and Frieren are standing around as well as NPCs, and you can actually queue their battle dungeon from here as well. And if you come over to this side in the photo booth section, you can take a photo with the Frieren Heroes Party statue, which is actually a cardboard cutout, which I think is really funny. And there's also a dungeon here where you can interact with this chest, and something funny might happen. Yeah, Tonga, go ahead.
Wait, has this always been here?
This has always been there.
Kiosk. Why is there a kiosk for buying cards when you can just click it from the menu?
Yep. I think it's actually
I guess it's cute. It's cute.
I think it's Kino that they do that.
I didn't realize. I've seen this whole time.
Anyway, so yeah, that's the current park event. So boys, if you are, trying to get those numbers up, man, we gotta get those rewards because we all collectively get them.
Let's pump those numbers.
Let's
please,
pump the numbers.
Please, Keelan Park. We're not gonna make it. Please play the video game Park. Do you think if we're not gonna make it, do you think they would fudge the numbers like how they did?
I think they will.
Just like the conspiracy theory. Yeah, they might. Yeah. All right. Next up, there's also the bundle purchase bonus for Frieren. There's also one separately for Blossoming Fate that I forgot to cover that has the Slaus emblem and the Get to Know stuff. And then there's another one for Frieren. So if you want all the launch cosmetics, you're expected to spend 20,000 crystals.
In a week.
You only have 7 days.
They both start and expire at the same time. It's only an 8-day bundle. You have to spend 20,000 crystals to get everything.
And I'm going to add this on top. I don't know if it'll be this month or next month, but there's going to be a mid-expansion 5,000 crystal bundle as well.
Wait, how do you know that?
I think they do that normally,
every
right?
time.
Oh, they do it.
Yeah,
it does happen
normally. That's fine, but like that's
I don't know if that'll be
that's within reason. But two separate 10 bundles at the same time. I got Slaus though.
It was pretty funny. Like during the reveal stream, it was kind of unclear whether it'd be one bundle and you get double bonuses or if it's 2 bundles. But of course, it's 2 bundles. So
yeah, and I might be getting ahead of myself here, but I don't think they announced the end time for the Frieren Collab banner in any of the news, right? I think they were obscuring
They did
that, right?
in the description of the exchange ticket YouTube video. So
okay, so it was disclosed, but at a very specific place.
Very silly. Anyway, there's also a 500 crystal stage, and if you play it on stream, you get instantly demonetized and taken down by Evan Call's representation. So I spent 500 crystals for no reason. That's epic. That actually pissed me off, by the way.
Hey, good thing I never use the in-game OC. I use my own OC, and I get my self-copyright claim. Thank you very much.
I don't know what to tell you, but like when I bought this stage and realized it was actively harming my channel, it made me so upset. Like, it put me in such a bad mood. It was like my black pill moment, dude. Like, I became such a doomer.
It's a very beautiful stage, but you would only be able to use it, Igni, if you like have your own, copyright free.
I feel like I'm justified in being upset about that, and it's crazy too. But because the streamer mode in game also doesn't disable the OST. The thing that's made for streamers doesn't disable the OST that deletes your stream.
The streamer mode could have just put in any other fantasy-like song, but like, what's the point of streamer mode if it's not going to protect you from like the most aggressive form of copyright claim?
Like that actually made me so mad. Made me more mad than anything else. Like, I cannot believe the oversight. That was because the menu music happens on startup, in park, in battle dungeon menu, in battle dungeon games, and on this stage. And as a streamer, you cannot do anything about it except for disabling the background music entirely. Stupid.
Igni, by the way, not to make this about myself, but it's not on the docket. So can I just mention the Christmas incident?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So
your black pill incident.
My black pill incident was so we mentioned it, I think we mentioned it in the previous episode, where there was a Christmas event mentioned where they would decorate the park for Christmas, and you would be able to log in and redeem a gift from Eudie, a Sears Globe.
Yeah.
I logged in for my Christmas, but my time zone is very late compared to normal time zones. So I logged in at 6 p.m. Hawaii HST, and Christmas was over.
Yeah.
Like it was already over.
Eudie packed up Christmas early. I didn't get to see the Christmas decoration. I did not get to redeem my globe. Eudie ended Christmas early. Instead of just waiting for daily reset, they ended it with the JP time zone, I guess.
Yep.
So Shadowverse single-handedly ruined my Christmas. Also, I didn't make it to Group A Grand Prix, but it worked out because I won Group B.
You locked in Group B, yeah. Anyway, but I will say that is really annoying too, because it just goes to show how little they care for anything else, any players outside of Japan, and that's really discouraging.
It doesn't make sense to have an event and end it before daily reset, right? Because the whole point of a daily reset is to accommodate for all the different time zones.
It's genuinely ridiculous.
The same reason, Anyway.
I will say, he did not lock in for the Grand Prix. I did. He was very tired.
It was like 2 or 3 a.m. and Kaden coached me through it. Thank you, Kaden. I made it. Zoe mentioned.
Also, the thing that I forgot to cover earlier, there's the bundle purchase bonus for this. Again, like I said, it ends at the exact same time. And it's pretty crazy that they expect you to spend 20,000 crystals if you want to get maximal launch party. And also, there's the deck boost bundle that's being sold as well on the thing. So that's a thing that
my
you can get.
Contention with the Frieren Collab big old spend 10,000 crystal bundle is the order of the rewards is just egregious. If you actually wanted the Frieren content, it's you've got to spend 10,000 crystals in one of the least efficient ways of spending crystals in order to get the alt art. The first piece of Frieren Collab content you get from that is a poster. You were on the right page. It's all the way.
No. I was inside baseball. I was organizing the tabs for another thing that I'm doing later. All right, yeah.
Bundle 3 is a poster for your bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that. I think if they'd switched the card style,
but you know exactly why they do it. It's so that people do whale. That's the entire point. It's just it sucks. So.
It's also It's also annoying that the other normal crystal bundle there is no artworks at all. It's just 2 sets of sleeves. I mean, it worked out for me because Slaus was only a number on bundle 5. It worked out for me specifically because Slaus mentioned early on, but. Yeah, no Corsair. It's only on the Frieren Collab. Actually, no, it would. I guess I should not be complaining about that because it would have been really nasty if it was Corsairs in both the Frieren and the normal bundle. So I guess I should hold my tongue there.
It's fine.
I am of the opinion, and I'm going to say this quite often, that I think they should be rewarding low spenders just as much as the high spenders.
Well, I don't
give people a reason to spend just a little bit more, and they will.
I agree with you, but
I look at the ordering on the Frieren 10K bundle, and like if the card style was at 5, I'd buy it.
I agree with you.
So far away, I'm not touching it.
I 100% agree with you. But they have a whole team of number crunchers over at the headquarters, and clearly because they keep doing it this way, this is what makes the most money. So like, what can we do, right?
Yeah,
like,
I've mentioned this. I mentioned this before, but Shadowverse Classic was really good at just like putting stuff directly in the store and encouraging impulse buys for dolphins. Dolphins being little baby casual whales that only spend some money, not all owe them money. But the fact of the matter is that catering to a lot more Dolphin players, even if it's the vast majority of players that would be willing to spend directly for things in the shop, the fact of the matter is that 1 million players that are Dolphin players would still get outspended by a couple of whales. The whales that invest tall on all of the things is still going to outspend the casual, smaller spending Dolphins, impulse buying Dolphins. That's just the way the world works.
Shall we move on to the next thing that's the most egregious?
Let's not get too lost in the sauce this time.
The example you would use with these 3 exchange tickets is that in Shadowverse Classic, you'd be able to buy them from the shop in a bundle that had a 20% discount. So like 1,200 crystals for 3 of them, 1,600 for all 4.
Yep.
In a bundle. Whereas if you want all 3 of the Frieren tickets, let's get into it.
Right. So, okay. I gotta compose myself before I get too mad. The Frieren track exchange tickets and the other track for the normal exchange tickets are 2 separate tracks that track your pity count separately. The Frieren one is lower at 200 instead of 250, but if you hit Lucky Chest, it does not get reduced again afterwards. It's always 200, unlike in regular exchange where it goes from 250 to 200. So that's one thing that's just maliciously there for some reason. Another thing is that this collab requires you, as you said, to just gacha on the thing for the exchange ticket. Each exchange ticket individually is 0.015% chance to open from a pack. There's 3 sets within 1 ticket. So if you want all 9 cosmetics from Frieren, at maximal, you would have to open 1,800 packs. And the pity that you build up on the Frieren Collab banner does not overflow into the main banner when the collab is over. Instead, each pack point gets converted into 10 vials, which is nothing.
And reminder, they didn't really disclose the end date of this collab. We weren't certain how long it would last. We didn't know if it was only going to be 1 month, so there was very little time to save up for this collab.
And it turns out the collab only lasts a month. At the end of the collab period, the exchange tickets are also going to go.
I had to make the conscious decision to skip the Frieren collab entirely because such Petanka wants to pull the crowd to Imari, obviously. So I can't even try to pull on Frieren and build up pity.
It's genuinely unreal.
If I build up pity and I build up pity and I don't get the thing, I get like 2 vials and like no pack points for Imari.
We are all so mad that we're all trying to talk over each other.
There is even a meta reason this collab should last the full 2 months, and that is Frieren Season 2 doesn't start until halfway through this month and end until 10 weeks after that.
Yeah.
So the collab is only going to be running alongside the anime for 2 episodes.
No.
It's because Cygames couldn't afford to license a collab for more than 1 month. It's small indie companies.
It's genuinely ridiculous. I don't understand. Like, it's so malicious that the pack points don't overflow. And it just gives you, and it's 10 vials. It's literally nothing. If you had 199 points with like just short of a chest, you wouldn't be able to make 1 legendary. You wouldn't even get, you would only get slightly more than halfway there. Like, how embarrassing is that?
This is going to be an old Mount Cloud moment, but do you guys remember, did the Miku Spy Family collabs, was those only about a month as well?
Yes,
or was it a bit more time?
They were only a month, but with the caveats, the exchange, not the exchange, the leader card pull rate was basically 1 in 200, so double odds compared to any other vanilla leader card. And in Shadowverse Classic, you would simply open double the card packs. Like, you got double the card packs.
I also
more, but
so here's why it's frustrating for me, because like, sorry, Tonka, I just want to get this point out real quick. I just want to say, like, obviously, the people who really love Frieren or whatever, they're going to wail on this, right? And it gets that Venn diagram. And I said this the same thing when the Miku thing happened as well. It gets the Venn diagram of Shadowverse players who are already playing and who are also Frieren fans. But this doesn't get new players into the game. And we see this over and over and over again. We even saw it last time too with the Skybound Dragons collab. Grand Blue players walk in, they see how much a Beelzebub ticket costs, they see that the 6 Dragons ticket is random, and they walk away. It's the same thing with the Miku collab. You go in, you open your free packs, you don't get Miku, you uninstall. Same thing's gonna happen here. Like, I see it, I literally already see it. Like, for example, on friend of the channel, Merp's stream, somebody came in, asked how much it would cost to get the Frieren leader, and he literally just had to, like, do the meme where the guy's putting the hand on your shoulder and going like, no. And that's frustrating because they're increasing their profit, but they're not increasing the player base, which is bad long term for the health of the game in service of short term profit. Am I crazy in saying that? Is that off base? What do you guys think?
Absolutely.
It's correct. They are targeting the whales. They're spearfishing for whales instead of a healthy player base of little fishies and dolphins. And I think that's a real big mistake. It's not the same mistake Shadowverse Classic made, but it is a obviously objective mistake that will tilt Worlds Beyond in the same direction as Classic, where every expansion we had less and less players. Wonderland Dreams was the peak of Shadowverse Classic's player base in the West on Steam, outside of Japan. And obviously we don't have the Japanese numbers, but I can't imagine it realistically ever got higher than Wonderland Dreams.
It just feels short-sighted to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to tone it down a bit because I feel like I'm getting really heated. But it feels short-sighted to me where they're going for this set. They want the number to look like it go up a lot for their quarterly meeting with their shareholders. But long term, the people who they didn't get as players, like, don't you think that if they made the Frieren stuff a little more accessible to new people, that they over the lifetime would end up like spending more time with the game, spending more on the game? And even if they don't spend money, it at least like takes a KPI of like, you know, concurrent player base. But instead they're foregoing all of that for
operation.
Yeah.
If a new player joins and they get Frieren pretty early on into their card packs, they're going to think about, hey, I have Frieren in Worlds Beyond. I might want to just play some games with her as just like a little visit into that IP. But if they're a hardcore Frieren player, enjoyer, and they start playing Worlds Beyond, and they actually spend a lot of money on Frieren, but not enough to get the whole 200 card packs for a 1 in 3 at her, and don't get her, they're going to get scarred and immediately hate Shadowverse as just an IP and a brand and a game, because the monetization immediately stung them like
I'll tell you right now, me getting demonetized by this Ultrac OST already makes me hate Frieren. I'm not watching that show anymore because of that.
Damn.
It's really, really good. It's really, really good.
It's already happened to me. Like if a Frieren player comes in and gets stung by the ticket and they hate Shadowverse, same thing happened to me just now. I got stung by the Frieren collab and I'm not watching Frieren anymore. Fuck this show. So
the only saving grace of the collab is the best leader is a free one, which is that was the one that I was hoping for, because Aura never gets content in collabs because she really has a small role in the entire series of Frieren. She's a small character with only like 2-3 episodes, but she's one of the most iconic characters because that scene, that fight with her is just that iconic, and also the memes, obviously.
Also, I understand that Frieren's good and all, but I have a really bad impression of this IP now because it took money out of my pocket, and that's why I'm not going to watch it anymore. Fuck this show. All right,
it's just I would like to play it's a Shadowverse thing, not a Frieren thing.
It was the composer really of Frieren's representation that copyright claimed me. So
yeah, that's just how YouTube works. Yeah.
So anyway, we also got the Aura, like you said, the Aura deck is free and all that. Well, I think that's over here. Yep. So you get the Aura leader just by logging in once, and you get a bunch of packs. This is actually good. So good stuff. Finally, something nice. So,
on the note of the OST, I'd love to know this little secret info inside baseball information that we can't know, but recently quite a few HoloLive girls have just been sponsored by Shadowverse to play the game, and Zoltrak was definitely playing. I'd love to know if they were also getting demonetized, or if it was just a issue for the little guy.
Really makes you think. Anyway, this is actually good, so there's something. But fuck this show. I'm not watching it. All right, next up we got the deck type results sharing event, where if you do a deck type quiz online and you share it, you might be able to win an acrylic stand. So you can do that.
I aced the test because I remembered what Stark's favorite food was. So I got Ramp Dragon Craft.
I got Pixie Forest Craft on mine.
Get wrecked. You chose the wrong dessert, you fool. You could actually just type in the URL deck type Quizlet result 1.
Yeah, and then just get the result you want. I know. I noticed that. You can do that. Pretty good. Tonko, what did you get on the deck type quiz? Have you done it yet?
Tonko is taking a P-Taco. Let's move on.
What? He left mid podcast? All right. Next up, we have the. Oh, hold up. Yep. Next up, we have the Tablet of Tribulations nerf. So now instead of engage for free, draw a card, it's engage 1. So there you go. And I will also say it's honestly deserved, I think. This card was really strong. And I think you have the opinion that no engages should be free. But yeah.
Okay. With the caveat of this card doesn't have a cost to play. It has a manipulatable benefit, which is banishing your duplicates from your deck. That's not a cost, in my opinion. So it should have a cost at some point in its effect, besides just the 3 points.
Sure.
There are Havencraft cards, the Havencraft amulets, that I'm actually perfectly fine with not having a cost.
Sure. Especially since they're also the amulet class, right? So
yes.
Yeah.
This was egregious. In neutral, it creates a bit of design limitation where they can never print a deck that really relies on only having a couple cards, like under 20 rune. Can you imagine printing under 20 rune with tablet in the game?
I was just gonna say, like, so to be clear, the biggest beneficiary of tablet pre-nerf was Loot Swordcraft, but with the addition of World of Games, obviously they have a new draw engine now, so it doesn't even really matter. Well, it kind of matters, but it doesn't matter as much. I think the real reason why they nerfed tablet was, like you said, design space, and also in particular with this new set, Linkle Turbo is really good. Even after the nerf, Linkle Turbo is good with this. Yeah.
Let's be honest. The devs don't care about Loot Sword's power. They don't care about the meta balance. They only did so because Linkle would be slightly better with tablet mentioned.
Well, I also think that, you know, when they do a nerf right before a new set, it's never because of the meta, because the meta is going to change anyway. So this was more for a design space thing. And I honestly don't disagree with it. I just think it's a shame that the Havens with the Rodeo get punished for this when it's really like only a couple other decks that are more problematic with this tablet.
I get that tablet is going to be a extremely abusable card the bigger the card pool becomes over time. It's just the fact of the matter is like, man, they really don't care about nerfing anything. They're not going to nerf anything. Like, they nerfed Haven kind of, and honestly, I feel like Crest Haven would have got Power Crept out anyway, maybe, even with Benson unmentioned. Is that too hard of a take? But they don't care. They don't want to nerf cards. They don't want to give you vials for the most part. They're just doing so because if there were no nerfs mentioned at all, people would be rioting.
Yep, true and real. All right, next thing, y'all, is that there's a ton of giveaways on X from various different Japanese media outlets and I've never seen this kind of giveaway, not in Classic, not in Worlds Beyond. This is unprecedented, where if you do these retweet campaigns, they give you 3 copies of a legendary if you win. How does that even work? I guess it's through the redeem code feature in the game.
Yeah.
But for example, you have Den Faminiko, who is giving you 3 copies of Ernst. We have Real Sound giving you 3 copies of Gete no U. We have Famitsu giving 3 copies of Unkei. We got Game Watch giving Chariot, Uluwon. And then we have Inside JP. This is a weird one. I believe it's just 3 legendary card pack tickets, which is interesting. We have 4 Gamer giving 3, what's her name? Sofina. We got Magazine Pash giving 3 copies of Slaus. We got Dengeki Online giving 3 copies of Yubei. Oricon giving 3 copies of Milteo and Luzin. and we got Automaton giving 3 copies of. You get the idea. I just can scroll up. There's more and more and more and more. I believe it is
every single legendary.
It is every single one. Yeah.
And I'm not sure if every single one of them is 3 copies.
It's every single one of them is 3 copies. Yep. So if most free-to-play friendly set ever, just simply win every giveaway and you get every card for free.
With the caveat, you don't get to play the set before like the most of these giveaways list the delivery date as like January 22nd or something like that as well, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Hey, you know why they're willing to give away all these legendaries like candy? Is because they're all bad.
Well, you say it's by candy, but it's like what, 3 people for each giveaway or whatever.
They're willing to just simply hand out places of legendaries because they're all bad.
Yeah. Well, you say that, but actually I think we predicted that this set would be a lower power level than the previous ones, but there's actually a couple of them that are surprisingly quite strong. Obviously we know Ernst is good, but like Kukishiro, surprisingly good. We'll talk about that in the main topic of today, obviously. So look forward to that, I guess. All right, next bit of news. Tonko. They are selling Eudie for $80.
Unfortunately, it doesn't matter how greedy this game is. It doesn't matter how mad I get this game. I can't stay mad at them. All they have to do is just give me Eudie mentioned.
Yeah,
and
so
I'll pay.
This is pretty much like an unlimited deal. It's always going to be there, kind of like the Dreizen Visage boost set.
It says until further notice.
Yeah, so but they said
that the Dreizen one,
but I would hope so.
Yeah, so they said that with the Dreizen Visage set too, and that's still available. So
now.
Yeah, so you can get this. It's $80 frickin', but you do get a bunch of crystals with it. I mentioned this already. I won't harp on it. I would have liked it if you could have bought Eudie for cheaper. You could have gotten a bundle of both that is cheaper than both separately, but still more expensive than either individually. So that way, players get a good deal, the company makes money, and the people without a bajillion dollars can just get the Eudie itself. That would have been nice.
I will
but
say,
of course they didn't do
on
that.
On this note, nature is healing just a tiny little slight bit, because if you compare this to the 6 Dragon bundle, you get 1,500 more crystals and a guarantee of a leader you want, assuming you want Eudie. So this is more valuable than the 6 Dragon bundle.
Man, it would have been nice if it was just put directly in the store for the itself, but at least you get a crystal amount. Oh, damn, 1,500 unpaid? Oh, what a shame. Oh, man.
A shame.
Yeah, so when you buy the Eudie bundle, you get 4,000 paid crystals and then 1,500 unpaid, meaning you don't hit the Walfred crystal top-up bonus by 1,000.
Theoretically, so because it's a as we know, as far as we can tell, semi-permanent, I could have technically waited until a top-up bonus I care about to do.
Yeah, but I was going to buy Eudie immediately.
You could not have waited. Are you kidding me?
Buying Eudie immediately.
You could not have waited. Are you kidding me, Tonko? Who do you think you're fooling?
I'm not waiting for that.
So there
was
you go.
even more Eudie mentioned today. We'll get to that.
I forgot to mention with the exchange tickets how the monetization could get worse.
Yeah.
And that would be a collab that has 7 or 8 leaders in the set. So
we call it.
The exchange tickets would be I don't know, like 4,000 packs open to get everything, something like that.
Okay, this next one is really funny. They added a thing called friendshipped gift tickets on the Cygames web store, where you can give your friends packs. So if you have a rich friend, they can buy you packs. E-girl stocks are up, baby.
So, yeah, I am taking applications for my Dommy, I will be the sub in this.
The sugar mama. You're looking for a sugar mama, is what you're looking for?
That's the one. It doesn't have to be female, but
yeah, so wait, let me just go through it real quick. You get a one-time friendship gift ticket for card set 5. There's also a friendship gift ticket for 1 to 5, and a special friendship gift ticket for card set 5 as well. The one-time friendship gets you 10 packs. The friendship gift ticket gets another 10 for each one, and then the special friendship gift ticket gets you 47 packs and 800 unpaid crystals. What does that even mean?
Unpaid.
Why is it exactly 47?
It's exactly 800 because a battle pass costs 750.
Oh.
That is why you get the crystals, in my opinion, and then the 47. You just equate that together, and it's 5,500 crystals. So it is the same price in crystals, but you are being forced upon with the packs and the unpaid crystals.
Well, that's actually a worse deal then, because if it just gave you crystals, you could spend them on daily deal. So.
Hey, so would anybody in chat like to send me friendship tickets with the goal of marriage in mind?
Maybe I would if you had a VTuber model like you said you were gonna do, but instead you're still just a legally copyright infringement character Junko from Zombieland. So, I will also say it's pretty funny that it's like actually a better deal to just get yourself crystals because it prevents you from making a second account just to gift yourself this, which I think is fine because that's just silly. So discouraging that is whatever to me. That's fine. Okay.
Anyone want to be my special friend?
It also says here that with each new set, they will add a friendship gift ticket for that set, which makes sense to me. That's fine. So there you go. And also the one-time friendship gift ticket and the special friendship gift ticket is only going to be until number 6, cards at 6. And then I assume that when cards at 6 comes out, these will be updated to give cards at 6 instead. So it's really just to give a new player a huge boost if you're a rich friend who wants to get your friend into the game, basically. So there you go. Here's the breakdown of how many times an account can receive each type. You can get 10 gifts, 5 special gifts per month, and only 1 time friendship per account. So, theoretically, if I go full-on parasocial mode and encourage unhealthy psychological relationships with my viewership, I can get so many free packs. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
You gotta get that ASMR mic, bro.
The one where you like lick the ear and all that shit.
If I speak, I'll get in trouble.
Yeah, right. Okay, here's actually good news. Pog you. Eudie is back with a New Year sleeve set now available. Just kidding, this isn't the good news. This costs 300 crystals.
I will say, looking at the other sleeve deals in the shop, this is on par with them. The other sleeve deals are 600 crystals for 4 sleeves. This is 300 for 2. So that lines up.
These are also
spend
pretty cute.
1,200 for 2 animated crystals. So animated sleeves. So animated sleeves are worth 4 times as much in crystals to Cygames, which I'm not sure if I agree with. You cannot animate these.
The art on these are pretty cute, though. And it says here that it's until further notice, so I guess it's not limited time, which is nice. So there you go.
Like I said before, me see Eudie, me buy Eudie.
But don't worry, Tonko, because
as someone that has bought these Eudie sleeves, no, you cannot see a gym animate them because that'd be too
Which is
good.
an absolute shame. And I was watching Tonko stream when he bought these, and it brought up a strange little like ping in my mind. He has too many Eudie sleeves and can only use 1 per deck. Why is there no rotation for sleeves?
That's what I'm thinking.
Random select.
Because they let you favorite sleeves, so it would be nice to just be like, use all favorited sleeves or something like that. Use a random favorited sleeve. Just like how you can use a random leader. That would be nice, right? So
hey, there was a survey recently. Do you guys do that?
I did, yeah.
Yes.
I didn't. I forgot.
You forgot? You got 1 pack for doing it, so it was pretty worth.
Oh, well, shame.
You're not mid-maxing. Bricked account.
Bricked account, honestly.
And I also have so much valuable feedback to give.
Dude, I had so much to write, but it only allowed 400 characters, so I couldn't say everything. I could have written an entire Google Docie, like just giving feedback.
No, here's a strat. Here's a strat, Ignideus. You could have made a Google Doc and linked it.
Dude, they're not gonna click that, bro.
They're not clicking that link.
All right.
Would you?
Here's a good thing, though. This is the good thing I actually meant to say. Until January 7th, you get 5,000 rupees for free from your senpai Eudie in Shadowverse Park. That's 10 packs. Did you guys already claim this? Did you use them?
I'm not using them because I overspent on Frieren already with my rupees. But I will say, this is the single best way they can give us packs.
Yeah, this is great.
There's nothing beats pure rupees.
Yep.
Cold, hard rupees.
Unlike the Christmas event, I actually made sure to log in to do this. What do you mean this one lasts till January 7th?
Yeah.
Why does the Christmas event have to end the moment Christmas ends in Japan, but this one extends to the 7th past New Year's? Are you kidding me? I'm crashing out, dude.
It's because in Japan, New Year's is a more valuable holiday than Christmas. So they don't actually care about Christmas, like almost at all. So
I really hope Lunar New Year is big this month.
I hope so.
Is it next month or this month?
It's February.
They made a whole separate park. They made all these park decorations for Christmas and only use it for 2 days.
That's right. All right. Well, boys, that's all the news. Shall we get into the main topic, which is, of course, Blossoming Fate. First impressions. Have you guys been playing? Like, what decks have you been playing? What's your first impressions of the meta? Tonka, do you want to go first? Because you just got off doing a stream.
I wasn't able to spend too much time the past couple of days because I was busy or sick with allergies. But from what I have played, so far we're still in the honeymoon phase of people just, trying out whatever and not sweating with refined decks quite yet. But so far, yeah.
I'm also just showing off the new camera features that we covered on last episode. So as you can see, it is pretty cool. You get to hide players and all that. Anyway,
from my experience, Imari package is amazing. Imari package is fantastic in both Puppet and Egg. I kind of figured it'd be pretty good, but I didn't realize how good it would really be, especially since you can do a whole lot of Imari tempo on just turn 4/5. So you can kind of do a pseudo Zirconi out my board kind of play, much like Zwei. You have 2 huge tempo players on first Evo alongside Zwei with puppets.
Typical cool. Portal Craft down player, not realizing how good Imari would be. I remember I saw somebody in your chat saying that kind of thing to you when you were talking about how Imari was good. That's so funny, dude.
Yeah, it's like, Tonko hates Zirconia. Tonko hates Swordcraft, but Tonko has become that which he once sought to destroy. But my experience, I don't know if I'm just bad, but my experience with Puppet, Egg was like, okay, I have a better time with Puppet. But even then, Puppet's just kind of, okay, I'm not trying to downplay. I'm not trying to downplay Portal. I probably am just bad, but so far my experience has been just like fine. Because I feel like I'm dying a lot to Dragon.
Dragon is.
And I'm not sure if that's just because I'm bad, or if it's because it's like real for real this time. That's segue to your guys' perspective.
I was going to say Dragon, as usual, is really successful early on in a set alongside aggro decks, just because people are playing unoptimized lists and they do not have the. What's the word? Like they don't have the correct ratios to be able to out stuff like this. That's why I'm starting to see swords finally starting to run Unkei to out intimidates. I'm starting to see a lot more wards pop up as well now that the meta is starting to materialize. That's why it's part of why Odd Haven is so good as well. Because if you just get like 5 bajillion foxes, like what are they gonna do, right? So that's pretty good too.
That's the one other deck I've played outside of Portal Craft. I tried a little bit of Linko, but so far, just Linko thrown into Spellblitz. It wasn't super impressive. It was kind of funny. I had a Linko mirror match on Park, which is kind of funny. But I have tried Odd Haven, and again, I don't know if it's just me being bad, but on day 1, I lost every single game against Odd Haven. And when I played Odd Haven myself, and Odd Haven is the perfect content creator deck because it's funny RNG, so it's really fun to watch and play, but also it works. It works enough. It's good enough for ladder. But the ways that you win and that the ways you lose are so funny because you do just simply get screwed over by RNG, or you win just because of RNG. I fought against a Odd Haven today that just specifically rolled into 4 storms in one single turn to kill me at 10. Yeah, it's just that easy.
I will say though, the current, according to this morning at least, it might have changed, but the current #1 Haven player is playing an Odd Haven build that. So for context, you get a benefit if you draw a 1/5 or a 1/3 or 5, and your opponent gets the benefit if you draw a 2, 4, or 6, and then nothing happens at any other cost level. So I've seen the #1 Haven player right now, according to this morning, is playing a list that has no evens at all. Not even Jean, not even Wilbert. So it minimizes the risk of just like screwing yourself over. So that seems pretty fine as a deck building thing. I also think it's an interesting card in terms of deck building restriction. And I do like this set. I think thematically, this set so far has been my favorite because of the way it encourages creative deck building. Even though it's not good, for example, Shakdo also encourages pretty creative deck building too, even though I think the deck is a super fraud. Odd Haven obviously seems pretty strong and it encourages that kind of interesting deck building as well.
I gotta say, just like with every other time, Dragon doesn't have any kind of saucy deck building. We just have good cards.
It's a little strange,
but
Dragon,
like
Dragon might be actually
crazy.
for real, like maybe actually for real, maybe actually good this time, but it's very sauceless. It's just more
it was a little disappointing where, like, for example, Ernst's obviously extremely strong card, but then when you look at Yubei, for example, and then Yubei's, you know how each Hanafuda card has a corresponding spell in a sort of like a sliding door style artwork, right? Yubei's has nothing to do with her entire deck, and everyone else's does. And I'm like, what's that about? It's a bit odd.
It's also strange that Yubei's is a nerfed version of Encounter from the Deep.
It's very weird.
That was a very specific card printed for Dagon. I mean, there's nothing that would... I suppose Ernst would be the only card that would benefit from Encounter from the Deep being 1-1 right now, but we didn't even get that.
What's the word? What's the tweet that Tanko posted earlier? Like, it's just good slop. You only like it because it's good. That's what Dragon's cards feel like right now.
I was just about to ask what Unkei's... wait, was it Unke? No, that's Yub. I was just about to ask what Yub's spell even was, and it's just like, oh, it's just nothing.
Yeah, it's
like,
literally
no
draw
flavor.
a card. It's 3 play point, draw 1 card, and deal damage equal to the cost to 1 random enemy follower. Like, it has nothing to do with Yubei at all. And in fact, it has like almost counter synergy with Yubei, because if you're playing Marine Package, you're playing stuff like Jellyfish Dancer, which is a 2 cost. So like, what is that? Like, are you meant to like...
It was designed to be used with Rune Bringer.
Yeah, it's very odd, man. Very odd. But I will say the Ernst's obviously extremely strong, and Dragon it seems to be doing really well. But as usual, Dragon always does well early in a set, so we'll have to see how it shakes out. I do think Ernst is genuinely good though, so that's. I
love all 3 legendaries they printed for Dragoncraft this expansion. I've been having a lot of fun with Gitenu. I'm just kind of quite sick of Dragon not getting anything, and like. A great example I thought of last night is we got Zoe, which is a really nice card in my opinion, but in order to get the Zoe we got, she is a worse version of Zoe from Brigade of the Sky, and she's a worse version of Sybil. We didn't get either Sybil or good Zoe, so we could get this Zoe.
Well, also, this Zoe's not even really good. The best Dragon players don't even play any of copies of her in their decks, so like... Yeah, so there you go. Smoge.
Zoe might come back into the fold when Ramp is actually worth it, but so far it feels like Evo Dragon might be a more real build, perhaps.
Yeah, so I
die a lot to Fenny. I've been dying a lot to Fenny, but I don't know if that's just me being bad to me.
If you die to Fenny, that's actually a skill issue. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, it's just me. It's really me, right?
I've been playing a build of Evo Dragon that it's based off of Eudie's list, except I took out questionable stuff that is probably not good in current meta, like Wise Guardian Dragon and all that, and I just put in Ernst, and it's been doing pretty well. Like, I made it to Master Diamond. I'm only 2.5-ish K off of Grandmaster already, so that just goes to show you like the success I've been having with that. So that's pretty sick. Yeah, I think overall, obviously early in a meta, there's going to be a lot of aggro, a lot of Dragon. It's already starting to settle a little bit. I've seen Earthrights come back up, which I think is still probably strong. I've seen Loot Sword now using World of Games because it procs off of every loot card, which I didn't even think about until recently. Yeah. But that's actually pretty crazy. Obviously, not being able to banish duplicates from your deck still ruins the consistency of that deck a lot, but World of Games proccing off loots is actually wild. That's actually so good.
World of Games might very well be one of the best Shadowverse cards printed ever.
Yeah, it's really strong.
Including Classic? Is that a bit much? It literally is one of the best draw spells ever printed.
It's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah, it's truly incredible.
The easy example to bring up with Shadowverse Classic would be Starforge Legends gave us Staircase to Paradise. This is our game's version of Staircase to Paradise, and I'd still say that was a better card.
Do you think games will get nerfed like Staircase was?
I think it might go to 7. I think it's not out of the question.
Oh, you mean the countdown?
Costing 7 countdown.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
I will also say though, a really disappointing thing about the set for me, and it really, maybe it's not a big deal, but it actually does upset me in the terms of like, man, they really did not put much effort here, is that Monster Literature is mistranslated, and it's quite egregiously mistranslated as well, where it says it only procs off of 1 base cost allied followers, but the allied part is wrong and the follower part is wrong, and they haven't fixed it yet.
It's wrong in every way.
Yeah,
so to be fair, it might be because of New Year, because maybe they haven't responded, maybe they haven't fixed it because New Year's mentioned, so maybe the office maybe. True. I would have thought that'd be something they'd catch before hopping off before New Year's, but oh well.
It's honestly, like I said, maybe I'm making a big deal out of it and I'm just like being too harsh, but it actually does sadden me. It makes me think like they really are putting bare minimum here for the non-Japanese languages.
Forgive me, but isn't Milteo and Luzin also mistranslated?
Is it?
The crest reads allied fanfare and enhanced abilities don't activate.
It is.
That only applies to followers.
It is. So like Caitlin said, it says allied fanfare and enhanced abilities don't activate, but in the battle tutorial that they literally give for Milteo and Luzin, they expect you to play the Shadow Crypt Memorial, and when you play it, it does give you shadows. So confirmed, it's only fanfare and enhances of followers, not everything. So that card is also mistranslated. And it's mistranslated in a way where you can notice it's mistranslated in the tutorial they invented to teach you the card, which is so embarrassing.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that actually does like make me pessimistic a little bit. Yeah.
My biggest problem with this expansion is I'm looking to 3 or 4 weeks from now, and I'm just thinking Dirt Rune and Loot Sword are going to still be the best decks.
I think maybe Loot Sword
I cannot believe they won't be.
Like Loot Sword does get a huge consistency hit, but I don't understand why Earthright would not be good.
I haven't seen much Earthright on ladder so far because obviously it's honeymoon period. People are still experimenting. But I was looking on my favorite website, Shadowverse Wins, and there's already 3 pages worth of mostly Earthright. So
I see.
It's gonna be real.
There you go. Yeah. Again, like I always find it interesting when people make sweeping meta statements and off of day 1 results, and also like when people go into chat and go like, "What's the best deck?" I don't know, but going from the power level of the set in general compared to the previous 2, I think they might have gone too far with Skybound Dragons and Airs. Man, I think the power level of those sets might have been like honestly beyond the pale. So
an expansion like this was mostly goofy experimental stuff to set up for more support later on. A set like this is cool and all if it weren't for the fact that Shadowverse Worlds Beyond has been in a mostly 2-class format since launch.
True, yeah.
We've had the same 2 best classes polarizing the entire game this entire time. So we don't exactly have the privilege to be messing around with experimental deck building when the 2 best classes remain the best classes to this day.
And to be clear, I love the cards from this set. I think they're all super flavorful. Most of them are super flavorful, super interesting to build with. But as you say, when it's always been Sword and Rune at the top and everyone else is just fighting for scraps, it's like, what are we doing? Like, we got to do something about this. So,
like, the best example is Portalcraft was tier 1, if not 0, in the first expansion, but then has really fallen off since. Puppets barely saved it a little bit. And Dragon has never realistically been tier 1 for more than like a single week. And
Kaylin, you got to be careful when you say that. We're world champions now, remember?
I am going to say, if Dragon is tier 1 this expansion, at least nobody has any right to complain about it because we're going to end up playing the same deck we've been playing for 6 months. Because we're just going to be playing Ramp into an Intimidate follower, the deck, for the 6th or 7th month straight.
But that's why I'm so confused. Why am I losing so much to
Dragon?
Is Dragon good now? What happened? Am I just bad?
Bro, you need to put Sylvia back in so you can beat Intimidate.
Yeah, really, Just run the best card in the game if your opponent brings Dragon.
Yeah.
The current dilemma is that the Imaya package is really, really good, but it also makes the deck a bit more evolve hungry. So maybe I'm just having trouble balancing out my evos.
Yeah, it could be. I will say I'm having a really good time building decks in the early game, or in the early meta set for sure. Like a lot of the decks that I see as having potential have been materializing results for me on ladder, which is always a good feeling, right? So, for example, Evolve Dragon, Evolve Sword, even Aggro Abyss with the new Tyrannical Fist card has been really strong, at least in the early game meta for sure. That's obviously going to get much worse as Earthright becomes popular again, so keep that in mind. But I will say, I really, really like this set. It would have been amazing in a vacuum in terms of like card design, but when we're in the context of Earthright existing and not getting touched yet, it's makes me a bit sad, I guess, is all I can say about that.
Something we neglected to mention, there is also collab Frieren stickers in the shop over here.
Oh, yeah.
And also, you should ignore those and buy the kimonos. I'm pretty sure they will always be available, but they all look amazing, and that is the highlight of
Wait, let me go first person and you can show off the kimono. Hold up. Show me. All right.
I look stunning.
Pretty
good.
You
can actually see reflective gold on the fancy kimono, and what is the name of the
Hakama?
masculine variant? Hakama, that's the one.
I studied the blade looking
Hell yeah, I think I look great.
It does look nice. It's probably one of the nicer cosmetics. I was really hoping out for the whatchamacallem. I was hoping out for the trench coat to look good. They ended up looking really silly, but this time they actually made a good one, so I'm happy about that.
It's also worth noting too that because it's the largest, I guess I could call this first large scale collab, besides Groundbreak, they went through this whole effort of putting this corner of Frieren mentioned here with the funny mimic chest.
Oh no, I already mentioned that.
Adorable.
Yeah.
Oh.
You were pissing, I think.
Did you show the funny animation? It's happening to me.
The thing is that when you do it, I don't see it. You get into a separate
that's a shame.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Most of the things they put into this collab is like so good, everything except for the actual
monetization.
Yeah, they absolutely ate up the flavor on this. They put card styles in every craft. There's so many.
You can talk to the characters and park. It's adorable.
They've done everything correct except the pricing.
There's also even a story where Frieren picked up a grimoire, and that's why they're in Shadowverse Park now. It's pretty funny.
Oh, that's
Fern's mad. Stark doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, and Frieren's like, it's pretty funny. Like Fern's like, I cannot believe Frieren got in this situation again, and then Stark is like, huh? And then Frieren's like, that's pretty funny actually.
Is there a lore reason the Frieren characters are here?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, there is.
It's pretty cool. And I guess the collab dungeon and us collecting grimoires is how they're going to return home. So there you go. That's pretty fun.
A couple other things to note about the park while we're here, although it applies more to next week and the week after.
Mm-hmm.
The weekend lobby tournaments are going to have some Frieren emblems and a emote available through them.
Yep.
And there will be a battle fest halfway through the month.
You can see this here with the...
I'm not exactly sure what it will
thing. The New Beginnings Cup. Yeah. This poster for it here.
So guys, what exactly are they going to do with this set after the collab ends in a month? It's just going to be emptiness.
It's going to be empty. It's going to feel so empty.
Oh my goodness.
If we're lucky, there'll be an Evolving Guild chest event, but I believe those were usually announced on the expansion announcement Shadowverse channels, right?
Who can say?
We didn't get any announcement.
Maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised. What have you guys been so doom-pilled that you don't think that a pleasant surprise might happen?
I didn't even think about it, but we currently are not in a normal ranked chest event, so we will probably get one next month.
I will also say
those are highly rewarding. They aren't as good as Shadowverse Classic, but grinding ranked chest events are still quite good.
I just want to say,
economy.
We digress there, but do you guys have any final thoughts about early first impressions of Blossoming Fate before we?
I have only played 3 variants of Dragoncraft, and I do enjoy Dragon. I just am quite tired of Dragoncraft cards in Worlds Beyond being worse versions of either cards from other crafts in Worlds Beyond or classic versions of Dragon cards.
What's the meme
games
that's like
has a vendetta against Dragon's existence?
What's the meme that's like this class is so big brain, play 1 storm per turn, and that's literally all Dragon is. And it's like, man, would be nice to get something interesting. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we get discard stuff. Like, especially this set is the beginning of more interesting deck building implications. I think they just messed up Skybound and Airs. I think those 2 sets were just truly bad.
I cannot wait for us to get discard support in set 6 and then rotation in set 7. So the cards like Burnite that have discard for no damn reason.
And Luxfang.
And
Lux being payoff for
don't ever get support.
I love rotation, guys. We made an entire video about me and Kalen, at least. Tonko wasn't there. He was pissing. We made an entire video about why we think rotation's a bad idea. And honestly, I also want to say a huge thank you to all the comments. There's some pretty insightful discussion down there, so pretty cool. Anyway, that's it for the main topic, I suppose, unless you guys have any final thoughts you want to say about the first impressions. I would say, wrapping up, just like as a sort of like wrapping up blurb, cool card design, but I just think it's a little weaker than the previous 2 sets, so, maybe the rotation will actually be beneficial in making that, making Blossoming Fate stand out further once all the problematic cards rotate away. So, what about you guys? Final little last sentence?
I've got good hopes for this expansion. I think it's expanded far too close into wacky wild RNG territory. Cards like Ulawan, I'm perfectly fine with wacky wild RNG like that, but there are some others that I'm just not a fan of.
Speaking of, if you're a Swordcraft player and you do Ulawan non-evolve for AoE, zero respect. You play Ulawan, you slam that Evo. Don't be a coward. Have some guts. Put some hair on your chest.
You're saying that? You're saying that? I am going to make a Evolve Sword highlight video where I use Ulawan just for AoE, just so you know.
Yes, Ulawan is the one and only Swordcraft card that Tonko loves and respects. Polarcraft is just okay. Please don't nerf. It's still just.
I don't see why they would. Imari's a strong card, but why would they nerf it? It's not like it's super problematic. So
and Beelzebub's costs enough.
Say it to my agenda, please.
Really a problem.
I don't think they're gonna nerf Portal. I think. Well, I would say they should nerf Rune, but we know they're not gonna do that. So.
I think they need to nerf Filene. She stole 100,000 yen.
$1 million.
Igni, people think that you have the agenda with Dragoncraft. I'm the one with the real agenda. Don't touch my class.
People say that, but my win numbers, it's higher on Dragon, but they are pretty even. I just want the game to be good, man. That's all I want, man. Anyway, that's it for the main topic. Folks, let's move on to the viewer question. The viewer question last week was, who is the mystery leader? Almost everybody said Himmel, including us, but it turned out to be Aura, which is pretty funny because I had seen some like...
I want to say I mentioned Aura, and I thought it'd be really funny if she has the dies herself as her when she died, and she does.
It does. It's pretty amazing.
She looks longingly at her sword.
I do want to say that it's pretty funny that some people were criticizing the collab for having Aura because Aura only shows up for like 2 seconds in the anime or whatever, and then they're like, she only has a good design. Why choose Aura? You just answered the question.
She's
like
hot.
that's literally all there is to it.
Good design.
That's literally all there is to it.
She's hot, and also despite her, like I said, despite her only being there for like 2 episodes, she still ended up being one of the most iconic characters of season 1 just because of the memes.
I will say,
and also she's hot.
Stark and Aura's tie-in alt art cards are thematically perfect for them, to the point where I think they might have been designed with the collabs in mind.
I will also say it's really cool that it's Aura because she gave us one of the coolest collab dungeon fights ever made. So that's awesome. So there you go. Still not watching the show though.
Yeah, Belial one was crazy.
Still never watching the show though because it pissed me off.
You watch the show? It's really good.
No, I'm not watching
really
it.
Good,
they took money out of my pocket and I refuse. So thanks for that.
The ad worked, and I'm 12 episodes into
to counteract the ad working on you, it has done the opposite effect on me. So pretty good. All right, that is it for the show. Other than finally the next viewer question: what deck are you playing? Let us know your first impressions on the meta as well, and signal in what deck are you playing right now and what deck do you think is going to be good going forward. But other than that, y'all, that is the end of the Evolve Point podcast for this week. It's a bit of a long one. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to Tonko and to Kalen. I almost called you Lord Tonko and such Kalen, which is not correct.
That is correct.
But you can find Tonko on Twitch and YouTube. Tonko, any final words for the viewers at home? Happy New Year's, obviously.
Happy New Year's. I'm gonna go get a second drink.
Nice. And of course, you can find Lord Kalen on X and Reddit and Discord.
You will find my summon sign on this green patch of beautiful grass, polishing this statue of Himmel for the next week. It's not going to work. I'm going to fluff him to my best ability, but it will not work.
We're not polishing anything,
I've got
bro. This
no
guy's
faith.
going to rust to
Yeah,
dust,
we
bro.
are
can't
far
it.
behind. We're gonna need some fudging the numbers. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you want to watch another episode, the previous week's episode where we talk about all the collab events and all that was announced previously, you can check out the video on screen right now. But other than that, peace.